What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory. So, looking around, you guys can see that I have been kind of busy in between episodes, but I don't want you to worry. I didn't actually make any advancement, and I actually have some tips for you guys because, well, a lot of this stuff I kind of found out just trying to get, a little bit faster at things. So, first thing I want to tell you guys to do is make an infinite water source. We were just running around, grabbing a bucket at a time, and then wasting all those saplings. So, just put a water source there, and then you can take water infinitely from the middle here. The next thing I want to tell you guys is grass. Grass is one of the easiest blocks to get in this game, and it actually quadruples your dirt. So what do I mean by quadruples your dirt? So if we come over here, and we'll just grab these real quick, and I'll make myself a piece of dirt here. We'll just go like this, bam. All right, so we got ourselves a piece of dirt, right? So if you come over here to a cauldron, toss in a bucket of water, add your dirt, and then if you take leaves, you get grass blocks. And out of every single dirt block, you end up getting 4 grass blocks. So you can quadruple your dirt, right off the rip. So the next thing that I want to show you guys, and this took me a while to figure out, is brown mulch. So you can see it says bonsai pot, harvest level wood, cottonwood sapling, brown mulch, and then these ones over here say, harvest level wood, petrified sapling, dirt. So what is brown mulch? Well, brown mulch, I found out, is literally just sticks and brown dye, which is from cocoa beans. So once you reach the jungle level trees, you'll start randomly getting cocoa beans, and then, obviously you just grow cocoa beans. And what brown mulch does is it increases your bonsai growth and loot drops. So it increases the growth rate 142% and the drop chance by 140%. So basically, you get more items out of it, and the trees grow back faster. So, there's dirt versus mulch, so you guys can see the difference. So, you guys are probably wondering what we're going to get into today. Well, of course, we have to finish this side of, the advancements book, because once you finish this side, then you're pretty much good to start rolling up top. So, remember last time we obtained the tin amber, and now we have to make a tin sapling by pouring it over a birch sapling, which means we need to get into Tinker's Complement. Now, Tinker's Complement is based heavily on using grout. So we have our clay, sand, and gravel right here. And if I come over to this, I'll type in grout. And we can see we have this right here. Now we can go ahead and make 16 of it. And we go like this. And now that we have grout, we can go ahead and actually smelt the grout. So we just sit here and wait. We will get a seared brick. Now there is actually a more efficient recipe at doing this, and it is actually the top recipe, and I just realized that. But basically, you just go this, you get your clay balls, and then you come over here, and that's how you make, an extra 4. So use the top recipe if you're, starving for resources like we are, but I'm allowed to make mistakes too. So I'm going to sit here and get all of these seared bricks, and then we'll go ahead and make the smelter and the tank controller and all of that. All right, so if I did my math right, now we just need 17 seared brick, and we need 2 glass. So we need a melter, which is this. We need a seared tank, which is this. And then we also need a faucet. And you guys will see why in a second here. But we need those 3 parts. Now we just come up here, and I built this cool little platform. So we drop that down there, and then we can just stick our thing in the side. So now we need to get a bucket of lava, and this is kind of the one downfall until you get lava, or not lava, but metal buckets like iron or anything like that. You kind of got to waste buckets, but it's not that big of a deal because we kind of have an unlimited amount of clay. So we'll just go ahead and do some of that, and we'll do some of that, and then we'll just bring this on over here and put our lava in there. Okay, well, it turns out that I actually had it backwards. So evidently the tank goes below the melter. But anyways, we have the melter, so now we need to go grab our tin amber, which I believe is somewhere around here. There is our tin amber. And we use lava because lava is, hot enough. Or actually, there's not enough heat to melt this item. Okay, so we have to find something hotter. All right, so I had to play around with it a little bit, but the tank does go on the bottom and the melter goes up top. So that was right. You put your lava in the tank, and then it powers the melter. So we'll go ahead and put our faucet there. So what we need is a casting basin because we have to, where'd I go? Wrong place. We have to pour molten tin over a birch sapling to make a tin sapling. So that means we need the casting table, which is actually over here. So these are all the different little tables you can make. So what we need is, I believe, something down along here. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with Tinker's Complement, but we're going to go ahead and work through it. So I'm going to make all these, different tool tables here. And I believe it is called a casting basin. So let me go ahead and craft those, and then we'll see, what all exactly we need. So I went ahead and crafted up all of the tables that I could. So basically it was all of these. And like I said, I don't know what the majority of these do, but they're crafted. These ones we have to wait till we get iron and, different metals. So this section over here is going to take a little bit. So we're going to head back over here and we're going to get ourselves a tin sapling. So we're going to pour molten tin over a birch sapling. So of course, I believe tin, there's enough for 2 ingots. So if we come over here, we can put our little birch sapling down there, go ahead and pour some tin on it, and you can see, the progress as it cools. And then once it cools, we'll have ourselves a tin sapling. And then I'm going to go ahead and make myself 2, because you guys know that that's what we do. So there we go. We got a tin sapling. So let's go ahead and finish off this tin amber. So I have a spare bonsai pot. How smart I did. But we'll just go ahead and make one real quick. And then, like I said, I've been using this brown mulch, which is fantastic for growing stuff. So we'll just go like this, bang. And then I'm not too worried about tin right now because, well, frankly, we're about to hit iron, so we can go ahead and put the hoppers on there. So having one for now, not that big of a deal. Normally, like I said, I'd grow this tree and plant a bunch more, but we're not too worried about it because, well, frankly, our first tree is almost grown. So now that we have done that, let's see what's up next. So we have to obtain iron by crafting iron amber. All right, so let's see what iron amber is like. That is the wrong button. We'll come down here, and I guess we'll have to see iron amber. I'm assuming you are going to have to combine a whole bunch of stuff. So iron amber. There it is. Okay, so it is coal resin, sand resin, clay, and gravel. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and, do I actually have it over here? I do. So I'm missing coal resin. So what I'm going to have to do is grow a whole bunch of coal because, well, I haven't really been dedicated to growing that much coal because, well, I didn't think we need it yet. I actually don't even know if we actually have any coal resin. I have been making coal. There's some coal resin. Okay, so we can come over here, craft ourselves, 2 pieces of iron amber. Okay, so that takes care of that mission. And now to get an iron, we need to pour over an acacia sapling. Now, in between episodes, I went ahead and I just grabbed the rest of the trees. So I ended up grabbing, I believe we needed dark oak, spruce, and acacia. So I just grabbed those just, to have them. So let's go ahead and we'll toss these 2 in here. And then these should begin to melt. Yes. Okay, so after those melt, we'll have our iron wood. And then, of course, we can go ahead and start to make iron ingots and an iron bucket. Now, if you guys want a quick way to ironwood, and, frankly, this is something I should have told you guys in the beginning. This market stall right here, it sells ironwood right there with a beetroot. So remember I was telling you in the beginning about getting grass is like the quick way, you quadruple your dirt. Well, if you plant that grass and then bone meal it, then you start getting seeds. And that's how we got, all these crops over here and a pumpkin, melon, and all that. So yeah, quick way to actually get through the game is a market. And the reason I'm telling you need to bone meal to get seeds is because you actually need a red dye to make red wool. So you make your wool, of course, from the string, and then you come over here, you bone meal this, and you get red dye or red flour, dye it, and then you guys know how it works from there. So we actually need to go like this, and then we'll go ahead and pour this iron onto here, and we'll just wait for this, and then we'll start growing these, and we're swimming in iron now. A little bit of grinding later, and we actually have ourselves 2 iron blocks. So as you can see, this is completely full, and there's not enough free space. So what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and pour this iron into, of course, a casting basin, because we can't actually make ingots specifically yet, and that is because they require gold for the cast. So we're actually going to have to wait for that. So as you can see, all these require gold. So we are a bit off from gold. So as we wait for this will actually take care of one of our advancements down here. So that will be a tan and iron ingot. And then I'm actually just going to make an iron bucket with it too, just so we have it. And then after that, all we are going to start making is, if I can find them very quickly, hopping bonsai pots. And basically that's a bonsai pot with a hopper. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that and then see if we can get some better soil for them. But that's what I'm going to grind up right now. So there's going to be this block, and then, yes, there should be a block in there. Toss in that. So I'm going to grind iron amber, and we're just going to go to town. Okay, so there's, oh, the irony. So that is obtain iron. And then, of course, you guys know the recipe for a bucket. And that says not a helmet. So yeah, let me go ahead and just grind iron, and like I said, we'll get a whole bunch of these kawa bonsai or hopping bonsai pots, and we'll start a separate area for all the trees over here. So right now we'll just make one of each tree, and actually, you know what, let's kind of make it go off to the side here, and that will be our tree section, so we can tear this down and actually get some space and maybe get into some machines. So time to start grinding. After a few minutes of grinding, we are actually fully caught up and organized. So I went ahead and kind of did like an aisleway system here. So, you know, you can walk around, and because this is 1.12, I kind of forgot this, but you can't put chests next to each other like you can now. You got to use trap chests. Frankly, I just didn't feel like doing that. So right now, like I said, we're just, you know, still making, of course, hopping bonsai pots, and I'm just using it to fill up, you know, the areas that we have. We have plenty of bonsais, of course, that I can just convert, and then just going like this basically and filling it up with the rest, because I want to actually fill up the rest of this book. So if we go back over here to Sky Factory 4, next thing we got to do is obtain a lapis sapling. So let's check out lapis together. Let's see here. So this is a lot of typing, as you can tell. So where is a lapis sapling? There it is, a blue tree. All right, so it's a dark oak, clay, bone, and a water bottle. So we have that, and then bottles, and then water. Okay, so back to lapis. All right, I need bone and dark oak. All right, so we have everything we need. Go ahead and boom, that gives us our lapis sapling. Now, I know that I'm usually, you know, saying, hey, let's go ahead and craft 2 of these, but these produce so much that I'm not actually worried about it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and place him there, and then we're going to go ahead and move straight on to the redstone one, which of course I'm going to need a lot of stuff. So petrified and iron resin. So we'll go ahead and grab some petrified resin. Iron resin should be over here. Then we're going to need some red dye, which, like I said, we got earlier from growing on grass. I have a poppy. Go ahead and do that. And then what else do we... Nope, that was the wrong button. We need a coal sapling. Well, that's easy enough because I just went the wrong way. We'll just come up over here and we'll grab ourselves a nice little coal sapling. There he is. Boom. And boom. So there is the redstone sapling. And evidently I made the advancement, it's electric. So there we go. Now let's check it out. What do we got now? A blue slime sapling, and then we need lead, gold, silver, and diamond. And of course we need bacon, which bacon is actually fun to make. So let's check out the blue slime and lead amber. So let's go ahead and let's start making all of this, you know, lead amber that we got to make. So of course we actually have a fair amount of this that we can make. So we're just going to go ahead and make 2. Actually, you know what? Well, we already made them, so I guess we can't go back. All right, so we're going to have a bunch of lead amber, but that's not a big deal. Go ahead, toss this in here. And now in order to make the sapling, you have to pour it over dark oak. So we're going to have actually a couple left over. So we're going to have 4. So I'm going to have to go ahead and, of course, grab 4 dark oak saplings. Not ideal because, well, I don't want to waste them because I only have 4. But like I said, these things produce saplings so quick. Not a giant deal. It's just, you know, a pain to lose a sapling. And I crafted the lapis by just taking 9 lapis acorns and, you know, basically that was it. So, all right, that's all good to go. So now we'll just go ahead and make this lead sapling. And then, of course, you guys know the drill. Go ahead, you know, toss it into a bonsai pot. and continue on. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do out this part here. And then I went and bought a cow seed. So right here, a cow seed. So what I'm going to do is just make a little fence over there, grow my cow up, grab a bucket of milk. And then for the blue slime, I believe you just toss in a lapis sapling. So not that big of a deal. It won't take that long, but I'll go ahead. I'll finish all this up. And like I said, this is a lot of just, following directions. So let's get all this done, and then we'll work on these two together. So we went ahead and, of course, crafted a diamond sapling. So now we're just waiting to obtain a diamond, which is basically just going to be a whole bunch of waiting around because we have to wait for the diamond tree to grow. But once we do that, of course, we can go ahead and throw on some diamond armor. So we just need 9 diamond acorns. So we'll just sit and wait for those. But what we actually want to do is go ahead and a donut sapling and a bacon sapling. And that's actually how we're going to conclude today's episode, because after that we can start getting into all of this stuff over here. So that'll be pretty cool. So what do we want to do first? We want to do a bacon sapling. I think that sounds pretty good. So a bacon sapling is kind of easy to make, kind of weird to make. So I went and bought pork chops through the marketplace, of course, over there. And what you need is 3 pieces of bacon, a piece of sugar, and an apple sapling. So we have plenty of apple saplings, you guys know that. Sugar, of course, is slowly growing over here. It's just going to take some time. And then the bacon itself, in order to make bacon, which is right here, you need a squeezer. So you basically step on a pork chop and then jump on it. So in order to make a squeezer, this is the cool thing about modded Minecraft, you need iron, planks, and sticks. So we're going to need one of these, planks, and then actually we need sticks. So if we go ahead and take some sticks, boom, squeezer. So what this does is you put an item in it and then basically you jump up and down on it. So we'll go ahead, we'll get our, I think we only need 1 pork chop. Actually, let's just cook them all, because I can always buy more pork chops because they're actually really pretty cheap. I can actually go ahead and get some more carrots here while we're waiting. So we'll just go ahead and run over here. And this is another cool thing about modded Minecraft. You don't have to punch out the crop and replant it. It just replants it for you. So we can just sit here and harvest all the carrots we want, and nothing can really stop us. So we'll go ahead and finish up this bone meal, and hopefully by that time that will be done. Do we seriously only get 4 carrots? Where'd they all go? Oh, they're all down here. That's a little better. Okay, 44 carrots, we can work with that. So let's go ahead and toss that in there. We're going to need that. And that gives us 5 more pork chops. And then, of course, we have... just dropping everything today. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out our pork chops, which are right here. Alright, cool. So what we need to do, I'm assuming, is place those in there. And then you just stand on this. And then you jump up and down. And bacon. Now, I don't know how exactly you get this thing to go back. I'm just going to go ahead and break it. I think that'll reset it. I don't know if that's the proper way, but you know what? It'll work. So now we just hop up and down. And we'll get more bacon. Eventually. Okay. There we go. Bacon. Cool. So that gives us enough of that. And then we'll just wait for this to go. Actually, you know what? We'll just harvest it now. There's our sugar. There's our bacon. And we need an apple sapling. So we'll just come over here real quick. Grab ourselves 1 apple sapling. And then I believe the recipe was this, and this. Bacon! And we are now officially able to grow bacon. I just actually need bonsai pots. Alright, so let's finish off the episode on a good note. That is to craft a donut sapling. So in order to craft a donut sapling, it looks like we're going to need donuts. And we're going to have to get cooked dough, which we get by cooking dough, which is 4 pieces of wheat and a bucket of water. So I went ahead and got my 8 pieces of dough. So we just got to go ahead and I guess cook this. Let's toss that bad boy in there. And yes, I am still making iron. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, guys, is I'm going to work on getting the rest of the animals. So, obviously we need chickens, pigs, and we have cows, so we'll just get those animals. I'll do that in between episodes, that way you guys don't have to see it. This is the majority of all of our trees, of course, so you know, we're done with the majority of trees, but we're still going to need more because there's like a whole bunch more listed, and they are, I think, like over here or something. Actually, it's in the age of farming, but yeah, that's all the trees. So clearly we need, you know, a lot of trees, and there also is a cookie tree. So we're going to be making trees for a while, but that's like the whole basis of this pack is like, you know, working with trees. So as soon as we get that, all right, that'll give our dough some time to cook. So we'll just go ahead and make one more of these because we have exactly one more bonsai pot left, and kind of got lucky there. Let me go ahead, and this should be done up here. Perfect timing. All right, now let me see if my cooked dough is ready. Almost. I guess we'll just have to sit here and, you know, buy some time. But I hope you guys are enjoying this mod pack. Right now it is kind of tutorial-y, I know, but it's kind of hard to make the beginning, you know, not tutorial-y because, well, I mean, it's just a bunch of grindy stuff, and then you start to have fun towards the end, and you can make like a donut singularity with an ultimate catalyst and quantum compression. So I don't even know what that is, but that's a thing. All right, so okay, so if we do this, we get 4 donuts, and then this should go ahead and give us our actually, I need another apple sapling. And if you guys are wondering where you get the apple sapling from, it's of course from the market over there. So like I said, that is a very handy thing very early on. So we'll just go ahead and go like this. Bam! Donut sapling. So this thing will grow as donuts, so we'll have a source of food. So all we got to do is, of course, grab our last bonsai pot, which is already right there. Let's toss that there. Add in the brown mulch. And we'll add in our donut sapling. So we're growing bacon, and now we're growing donuts. So, I mean, what is better than that? So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, and you're ready to see more, and hopefully where the mod pack actually begins to get fun, like going to the nether and all that stuff, since we're past the grindy beginning, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you leave a comment, and as always, make sure you subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.